With the coming of steam, Alton had its own railway station. The station was actually a stop on the North Staffordshire's Churnit Valley line, which ran from Macclesfield to Uttoxeter, and there's still a few remnants of the track and of the station too, to this very day. It opened on the 13th of July 1849. It was used by the Earl of Shrewsbury, who had a luggage lift installed to hoist his baggage up to Alton Towers. The station also comprised a 3-storey tower, which contained the Earl's suite of waiting rooms. The station was actually renamed Alton Towers in 1954. But it was closed 10 years later by the British Transport Commission. I'm not quite sure what this structure is behind me. In my day it was open, but they've obviously filled it in since my day, probably for health and safety reasons. That used to be the good old entrance. Religion has been central to life in the village from Norman times. This is the Church of St. Peter, which was built by Bertram de Verdun in the second half of the 12th century. This tower dates from the 14th century. It houses a ring of 8 bells, the oldest dated 1746. The most prominent structure in the village is Alton Castle, which stands right on the very edge of the village, overlooking the River Churnit. There are other buildings surrounding that impressive castle, and they were erected by the goodness of John Talbot, the 16th Earl of Shrewsbury, who lived at the nearby Alton Towers. We have the church, the convent, the school, and of course the castle, which were all designed and built by his friend Augustus Pugin. On the outskirts of Alton there is a number of battle sites. We're standing on one at the moment. It is where the Romans slew what remained of the Druids from this area. When the last Druid was slain, the Romans planted a tree to celebrate their victory, and we'll go and have a look at that tree right now. We continue along the public footpath, and you may think that it's somebody sat in an office who draws a line on the map and designates a public footpath. No, these are very ancient routes, if you will, ley lines possibly. And here we have that famous old oak tree that was planted all those years ago, one of the most ancient oaks in the realm, in the kingdom, and it still stood to this very day. The oak tree is associated with Alton and all around this area because at one time it was covered in a mighty forest of oak trees. You can imagine this field behind me totally and utterly covered in oak trees. All that remains is just the one or two still around, including this beauty here. Well, we're now stood on what remains of the Roman road that cut a swathe through the countryside all the way to Alton from Roaster. We know there's a lot of Roman activity around here because of the names. Uttoxeter, for example, is Roman. Alton had, it had names down the ages, and the name prior to Alton was Alverton. Alton was the shortened version. Let's have a walk down the Roman road. What I do love about Alton, something really again reminiscent of my childhood, is the stone walling that covers the whole county. And I know, Big Paul, if you're watching this, you are a stone waller. You've won awards for it, and this wall here in particular has stood exactly the same since I was a child, since I came up here, romping around, probably vaulting these very stones.
Saw your face in Barcelona, Spain. Lost your trail while in Amsterdam. I picked it up on the Isle of Man. Took the ferry back to Liverpool, just looking for you know who. You disappear every time a flag unfurls. I just keep searching all around the world, all around the world, all around the world. Chase your skirt along the Champs-Elysees. I saw you Sarah down in Old Bombay.